So in this folder is help for video games and puzzles. Let's take a look inside. So firstly, there's a lot of sheets of paper with like walkthroughs and cheats on them for video games. You can see I've printed in really small writing here. That's just to save printer ink and paper. So yeah, so this is a walkthrough for Blue Stingo. So when I'm playing a game and I get to a part that I just can't get past because I'm just finding it too difficult, maybe I can't figure out what to do or whatever, I will spend a lot of time with the game to try and get past that part, but when I can't, I'll end up going online and looking for some help. I don't know what my thinking was back then, because it's been a very long time since I've printed out walkthroughs and stuff for games, but I think my thinking was that, okay, what I might as well do is to just print out a whole walkthrough for the game. That way, if I encounter any more trouble further on in the game, rather than having to walk all the way upstairs, put the computer on, wait for it to come on, and then, try to find help online, it'll be much better if I just have like a full walkthrough, because then I can just have it next to me, and if I get to a part in the game that I just can't get past, I'll have the walkthrough next to me, and it would just be very easy to access and get the information that I want. So yeah, another reason actually for printing so small is because there's just loads and loads of pages for some walkthroughs, and it would just take so long to print them out if I was just doing like one full page rather than 4 pages on one page, if you know what I mean. And now we've got some cheats as well that I've printed out, and these are for Soldier of Fortune. Yeah, we've got Tomb Raider, The Last Revelation for the Dreamcast. I've still not finished this game actually. I was playing it a couple of years ago, and I think maybe I got about halfway through the game, or maybe further than halfway through, and I was really enjoying it and everything. But my Dreamcast, it just stopped working properly, so I've not managed to get back to the game because I've just not managed to get around to fixing the Dreamcast yet. It's got the resetting issue. Here we've got like some stunt jump locations for Grand Theft Auto 4. Got some cheats as well there that I've written down. Sometimes I'll print things out and sometimes I'll write things down. So we've got this, I don't know what you call them, separator. So the next lot of stuff will be to do with twisty puzzles. Oh wait, no, actually, it's manuals that I've printed out. So with some games where I don't have the manuals for them, if there's certain things in the game that I don't quite understand, like it could be something to do with the controls or just the way you play the game, I'll either just look for a copy of the game on eBay with the manual, or I'll just print the manual out. And then I can just have the manual next to me while I'm playing the game, and then it's just easy to just refer to it whenever I want, instead of, again, having to walk all the way upstairs, put the computer on, wait for it to come on, and then searching online for help. Yeah, I'm not really that keen on GTA 4, to be honest. It's just something, I don't like the feeling it gives me, if that makes any sense. There's something that feels very depressing about the game, and it's not because the game is dark and gritty. GTA 3 is dark and gritty, and that's one of the things that I really like about the game. And I really love the way that game feels and the atmosphere. But there's just something about GTA 4 that I really don't like. Runabout 2 manual, which is actually different. It's quite different from. I think this is the American manual, which is quite different from the PAL manual. This actually has different information in it, which you don't get in the PAL manual. Okay, so now we've got another separator. So behind this should be stuff to do with twisty puzzles, and it is. So this is a printout that I did way back in 2011. That's when I was really new to the hobby. I think I got into the hobby in, I think it was 2009 or 2010. So this is basically a tutorial on how to solve the 2x2. And then we've got one on how to solve the 3x3, which is the beginner's method, and it's the method that I still use to this day. And we've got some 3x3 patterns. So I'll go online and just look for algorithms for 3x3 patterns, and I'll write them down, and I'll do videos of them as well. And yeah, this is the only help that I needed on the Mix Up Plus series. I think it's flattening the inner edges. That was the only thing I couldn't do myself. So I think I got this from Red KB's. I think Red KB did a video on this, and that was the video that I watched. And then we've got some information about Bermuda 3x3 cubes, the difficulty from easiest to most difficult there. Bermuda Megaminxes. So some of these tutorials I just, I didn't know how to solve the puzzle, so I went online to find a tutorial, and then I just wrote the tutorial out for myself, so it's just easier for me to access. But then there's other times where I will figure out a puzzle myself and then just write a tutorial for myself. So if I do forget how to solve it, I can just refer to the tutorial that I wrote out for myself, rather than having to just figure it out all over again. So this is stuff for the 4x4. Yeah, so this is a tutorial that I actually made myself. It wasn't something that I copied online. I figured out the puzzle and wrote this tutorial for myself. Yeah, the reason why I've written out like the difficulty from easiest to most difficult, like on the crazy Megaminxes and other puzzles, is because I'd rather just, instead of just picking one up at random and trying to solve it, I'd rather just try to solve the easiest one first and then just kind of work my way up through them. Now this one is quite interesting. So this is for the Master Magic, a solution. Basically what I did was I watched the YouTube video, and on each step I just took a screenshot of the video, and then I kind of put all the screenshots together like how you're seeing them on this page in an art program called GIMP 2, I think. And then I put numbers above each step, so we're going from 1 to 15 there. And I basically printed it all out, continued on the other side. So yeah, following this, it's really easy. You just basically copy exactly what you see in each step. And it's continued on the other side there. Rex Cube. I think the tutorial that I watched for this was Crazy Bad Cubist tutorial, and then I've just written everything out. I've got some diagrams there that I've drawn. Siamese, Trimese mirror blocks. Top Minx. I think I got this from Pete the Geek, 196 I think it is. Oh, I've printed out some pictures as well of some of my picture cubes, because with some of them it's very difficult kind of knowing exactly which bit needs to go where, so I thought it would help if I just actually printed out the way the cubes look when they're actually solved to help me. And then we've got pictures of Kongming locks here. So yeah, with some Kongming locks, I find them so difficult to put back together because it's like I've forgotten exactly how they're meant to look when they are solved. So I printed out some pictures of some of my Kongming locks, and that big one, that is just really, really difficult. I'm sure it was very difficult for me to take apart, and I just can't get it back together again. It's just so difficult. And then we've just got basically got a list of my puzzles, like so these are all the puzzles like in box 1, and like this is the first layer of puzzles in the box, then that's the second layer. This is all it's all useless now because I've basically changed the boxes that I keep my puzzles in. But it's just I just did, and you can see like each layer in like each particular box, and I just did this so it's a lot more easier for me to find whatever puzzle I want, because when you've got like hundreds and hundreds of puzzles in many boxes, it can be so difficult trying to find a particular puzzle, so I did this to just make it a lot easier. So yeah, I think that's about it as far as the puzzles are concerned. We've got some stuff about plants, and there's just other information in here. So yeah, so that is my folder to help me with certain video games and puzzles. Thanks for watching.